Hey, Mira. So I was thinking, did you know my dad is the CEO of the whole company? Pretty cool, right? And guess what else is cool? I find you incredibly attractive. I mean, seriously, you're stunning. Just imagine, in the near future, you could be the CEO's wife.
Wait a minute, Winston. There seems to be a huge misunderstanding here. Don't get me wrong, I'm truly flattered that you find me attractive, but, well, I can't go out with you. You see, the thing is,
Don't worry about all that going out stuff. We can skip all those formalities. You and me, we clearly have a connection, right? Besides, all this leading on, it's cute but unnecessary. We'll be saying I do in no time.
no, Winston, that's not what I meant at all. I already have a partner, someone I'm very committed to. We're actually engaged. That's why I can't go out with you, Winston.
Engaged? Psh, details. You're just messing with me, right? Don't worry, I love a good challenge. But hey, between you and me, I know you feel the same way about me too, babe.
Hold on a second. How on earth did you jump to that conclusion? You're making me feel incredibly uncomfortable right now.
Uncomfortable? Come on, loosen up a little. Think about it, Mira. Imagine all the possibilities, all the money you'd have access to. It would be a complete lifestyle change, wouldn't it? How about we celebrate a luxurious vacation together? Just the two of us. You'd get a taste of the millionaire life firsthand.
Winston, you're not listening to a word I'm saying. I've already told you multiple times. I can't go out with you. I'm engaged to someone else. Please stop trying to convince me otherwise.
Engaged? But that can't be right. Come on, Mira. You don't have to hide anything from me. We have a connection, remember? Besides, I can't help but feel like we've been secretly dating for a while now. How long has it been again?
We've never been dating, Winston. We've barely even spoken. Where are you even getting this from?
Don't worry. I understand. It's okay to be shy, Mira. It's one of the things I find so endearing about you. But hey, there's no need to be coy anymore. I know you've been checking me out a lot lately. Did you really think I wouldn't notice?
Checking you out? I most certainly have not.
You're such a tease, Mira. But that's alright. It only makes you more intriguing.
Please, Winston, would you stop already? It's not appropriate to say things like that to someone you're not even dating. It's creepy.
Wow. Okay, that kinda stings, Mira. But hey, it doesn't change the fact that I love you. You know, sometimes you get this really serious look on your face. And I have to admit, I kind of like that too. You play hard to get, don't you? Not bad.
Excuse me? But I'm not playing hard to get. I don't appreciate you misinterpreting the situation like that. If it's not abundantly clear, I'm being completely serious.
Relax, Mira. I'm a good guy. I get it. You're just a little flustered because the future CEO is hitting on you. I don't blame you. It's pretty exciting stuff, right? All the other girls would be dying for your chance.
I don't think so, Winston. Like I've said 100 times already, I'm engaged. Being hit on by someone I'm not interested in just feels inappropriate. It undermines the commitment I've already made to someone else.
Engaged, huh? You know, Mira, you could be a bit difficult sometimes. I understand you're playing hard to get, but pushing away the future CEO isn't the smartest move. You don't want to get me on my bad side, do you?
Look, Winston, I wouldn't dream of trying to use you or your father's position for anything. I'm just trying to do my job at work. And honestly, this whole conversation is starting to make me really
Office romance? Is that it? Makes sense. You wouldn't want to jeopardize your precious job, would you? But hey, don't worry about that. Once we're married, you won't have to work another day in your life.
Married? Winston, have you ever listened to a single word I've said? I'm engaged. And even if I wasn't, I would never be interested in someone who thinks a woman's place is solely at home.
Hey, hold on now. Don't get so defensive. Maybe you haven't thought about it, but being a housewife can be a pretty sweet gig. Especially when your husband's the future CEO. Think about it. All the shopping sprees, fancy vacations.
This is a conversation I never thought I'd have to have with a grown man. Listen closely, Winston, because I'm only going to say this once. I have a career, and I have no intention of giving it up for anyone.
You career girls are all the same. So focused on yourselves. But don't worry, honey. A real man can handle a strong woman. It's just a matter of time before you realize being pampered by the future CEO is a much better deal.
Being pampered? Is that what you think this is about? Look, Winston, my relationship status is completely irrelevant. The real issue here is your complete lack of respect for basic boundaries.
Boundaries? Come on, Mira. Lighten up a little. We're just having a conversation, right? And let's face it, you've been staring at me a lot lately. You can't deny the chemistry between us.
Chemistry? The only thing this conversation has created is a massive headache. Winston, I don't know how to make this any clearer. I am not interested in you.
Okay, I get it. Rejection stings, even for the future CEO. But hey, at least I had the guts to shoot my shot. Most girls would kill for your chance, Mira. Don't you see how lucky you are?
Lucky? Winston, your thought process is beyond bizarre. It's actually kind of scary. There is absolutely no scenario where I would ever even consider marrying you. And for the last time, I am not your girlfriend. We're not dating, and we never will be.
Don't worry, it's all cool. Like I told you before, you don't have to be so shy. I know you're just trying to be polite because my dad's in charge. I get it. But hey, a little honesty goes a long way, you know? Wouldn't it be easier to just come clean and admit your feelings for the future CEO?
What? That's not it at all. There are no feelings here, Winston. Not on my end, anyway.
No worries, Mira. We can work through this. Maybe you're just nervous because things are moving so fast. But trust me, I, the future CEO, will make sure everything works out for you. For the both of us. Think about it. No more financial worries ever. Wouldn't that be a dream come true?
I can't. I seriously can't believe you just said that. This entire conversation is a dream, right? Because in reality, no one could be this delusional.
Of course, you can't believe it. That's perfectly normal. Come on. I'm basically a dream come true myself. Son of the chief executive officer. No wonder you're speechless, Mira. But hey, don't worry. I get it. You're just overwhelmed with happiness. And that's okay. I'm glad I decided to finally confess my feelings for you. You won't regret this. Trust me.
Happiness? Winston, your thought process is on another planet entirely. It's actually a little terrifying at this point. Listen very carefully, Winston, because I'm only going to say this once. There is no way in any universe that I would ever consider marrying you. And for the record, I am not your girlfriend. We're not dating, and we never will be.
Don't worry, sweetie. It's all perfectly alright. You're just a little flustered, that's all. I understand. You can't wait to become my fiancé, right? Well, fret no more. I'll get down on one knee right now and make this official. Just you wait, Mira. You'll be the happiest girl in the entire universe.
No, wait. You're completely off track here. Seriously, Winston, cut it out. This is insane. Winston, are you even listening to me? You're acting completely crazy. Hello? Winston?
Don't hold it against me, Mira. That's what you get for playing so hard to get. You know, a little love tap wouldn't have hurt if you just accepted my proposal. Look, it was just a playful punch. Nothing serious. Besides, the hospital bill shouldn't be a big deal, right? I bet you're already back to your normal self, running around as if nothing happened. You seemed pretty fragile if that little push sent you to the ER.
Fragile? Do you call assaulting me a playful punch? I can't believe you have the audacity to say that to my face. I was sent to the emergency room, Winston. And it's all because you couldn't handle a simple rejection. You couldn't handle the fact that I wasn't interested in marrying you. And to think, I even considered you a friend at one point. Now I realize you're a complete psychopath. I swear, I'm going to press charges for this.
Pressing charges? Big deal. You just got a taste of the reality of rejecting the future CEO. Besides, suing me won't do a thing. You'll just waste your time and money. Trust me. By the way, your father is probably talking to mine right now, smoothing things over. They'll make sure this little incident disappears.
My father? You clearly still don't get it, do you? Winston, you have absolutely no idea who my father is, do you? Because if you did, you wouldn't be acting so high and mighty right now.
Why would I care who your father is? Even if he's some big shot lawyer or politician, it wouldn't change anything. There's no way he's more powerful than my dad. My dad's the CEO, the one who calls the shots around here. No one has more authority than him in this city.
Power, huh? I would definitely beg to differ on that one, Winston. Let me enlighten you since you seem to be clueless. My father isn't some stuffy CEO pushing papers around. He is the head of the local mafia, a very active mafia, I might add.
The mafia's boss? You've got to be kidding me. So what? What's he gonna do? Put a horse head in my bed? It doesn't matter. Pretty sure the mafia doesn't have anything to do with a little disagreement between us.
Oh, but it has everything to do with this, Winston. Everything. Your father's company wasn't always the booming success it is today. There was a time, not too long ago, when it was on the brink of collapse, facing bankruptcy even. That's when my father stepped in. He helped your father out when no one else would.
Wait, what? He helped my dad? How? Why?
I don't know the exact details, but I remember my father mentioning a loan in the millions. A loan that kept your dad's precious company afloat. And let me tell you, Winston, my father and yours go way back. Let's just say they're incredibly close.
So that's it then? We're practically family? This is crazy. But hey, maybe this is a good thing. Our fathers would love this, wouldn't they? A match made in, well, you know.
He doesn't get it, does he? That's exactly what makes you so utterly insufferable, Winston. You're completely clueless.
I don't quite follow. How can you say we're not practically family when your father practically saved mine? They must be incredibly close. Doesn't that change anything, Mira?
Change anything? It changes everything, Winston. It means your little playful punch wasn't just an assault on me. It was an attack on a very important business partner of your father's. Do you really think he'd take that lightly? How long are you planning on deluding yourself like that?
Business partner? But my dad's the CEO. He's in charge. He wouldn't care about some loan from years ago, right?
Oh, he'll care, Winston. Trust me, he'll care a lot. Especially when he finds out his golden boy, the future CEO, has been harassing the daughter of one of his most valuable associates. Who do you think you are? The prince of this city? Newsflash, Winston, your crown is made of plastic, and your kingdom is a cubicle.
Harassing? But I just wanted to ask you out. Isn't that what guys do?
Asking someone out and what you did are about as similar as a butterfly and a bulldozer. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance, Winston, and you just crossed it over and over again. Who gave you the permission to go on and act like my boyfriend? You barely spoke 2 words to me before you were shoving marriage proposals and accusations in my face.
But my feelings, don't they count for anything? It's a tremendous honor to become my girlfriend. A privilege even. Aren't you happy too, Mira?
Happy? As I said before, you're just being a creep. There's nothing privileged or honorable about forcing your affections on someone who isn't interested. It's pathetic, Winston. Utterly pathetic.
But Mira, aren't you happy that you're my girlfriend? That you're able to marry me? Don't you see this is perfect? We'll be the power couple of the city. You on my arm, attending all the galas and charity functions. Imagine it, Mira.
Happy? Yeah, right. The only thing I can imagine is the look of horror on my fiancé's face when I tell him I've been coerced into marrying the son of some self-important CEO. It only makes me irritated. After all, I have to spend my precious time dealing with delusional egomaniacs like you who think the world revolves around them. Let me be perfectly clear, Winston. I will never, ever date you, Winston. Not in a million years. Not even in a twisted fairy tale you seem to be concocting in your head.
What? You are? What do you mean? That's not possible. You've been leading me on all this time?
Leading you on? Looks like someone wasn't listening, huh? Maybe you were too busy practicing your CEO acceptance speech in the mirror to hear anything I said. I told you before, haven't I? Like 100 times already? I have a boyfriend. I'm engaged to him. We've been together for years and we're incredibly happy. I love him more than anyone else in the universe. He asked me to marry him, down on one knee. The whole romantic shebang. Of course, I said yes. And now we're happily engaged, planning our future together. A future that most definitely does not include you, Winston.
How dare you? After all this time you were cheating on me? Don't you know who I am? I'm Winston, the future CEO. You can't just throw me away like yesterday's garbage.
Ugh, would you just cut it out with your delusional nonsense? Cheating? Look, I've never dated you in my entire life. Never even thought about it. And I'm definitely not interested in you either. You're about as appealing as a week-old fish sandwich. Your little marriage proposal just caused a world of trouble. And for what? Because your ego couldn't handle a simple rejection? Don't you ever do it again?
Come on, Mira. You're just trying to act tough, right? Tell me the truth, please. We can work through this. All you have to do is admit you have feelings for me. Don't you see how perfect we are together? The future CEO and the stunning woman by his side.
Perfect? The only thing perfect is your delusion. You assaulted me after I rejected you. What else do you want from me? A confession of undying love? What else do you expect after you cornered me and shoved marriage down my throat? Look at me, Winston. See the fear in my eyes? See the disgust? Because that's all I feel for you. Fear and disgust.
No, you're just acting. Just playing hard to get. That's what's going on, right? Please, babe. Mira, tell me the truth. I'm begging you. This can all go away. We can pretend this never happened. We can be a happy couple. Just like I always imagined.
Ugh, you're really good at one thing, Winston. Taking things the wrong way and deluding yourself to a whole new level. I'm not playing hard to get, and even if I was, it wouldn't be for you. My hatred for you is real enough, and it burns brighter than any spark you could ever hope to ignite in me. I'd rather face a firing squad than spend a single minute on a date with you, much less marry you.
No, you're kidding. Think about it. I'm going to become the next CEO of the company. Every girl in the city would trip over themselves for a chance with me. No girl would ever think about rejecting me. Never.
Well, then think of me as the first girl to ever reject you and the one who won't be swayed by your fancy title or your daddy's money. Or is that too hard for you to comprehend? To be honest, I think most girls would prefer you not to talk to them at all, considering your complete lack of manners and inability to take no for an answer. Oh, but you know what? You might want to try out some dating apps. You might be able to hook up with some girls if they're ignorant enough to believe the facade you put on. Although I'm sure they'll just be after your money, something you didn't even earn yourself.
This isn't funny, Mira. Everything about me is perfect, and I have tons of cash. I'm a catch. Women love a successful man.
But it's not your money, is it? It's your father's. Don't act like you're the self-made millionaire you pretend to be. Reality check, Winston. You're a balding, creepy, insufferable D-bag who thinks his privilege gives him the right to anything he wants. You should really come to your senses. It's only going to get worse for you from now on. especially if you keep harassing women like me.
How dare you say something like that to me? You've deceived me this whole time, leading me on, making me think we had a connection. How could you do this to me, Mira?
Deceived you? Winston, I told you from the very beginning that I wasn't interested. And frankly, I should be the one who's angry. You assaulted me. Just think about that for a second. All because I didn't want to marry you? The audacity you have is mind-blowing.
You know what? Fine, have it your way. If you won't admit your feelings, I'll just have to take matters into my own hands. I'll have my father deal with this. You'll be fired from your job faster than you can say wrongful termination. You'll regret everything you've said to me today, Mira. Just you wait. And on top of that, you caused me emotional distress with your lies and cruelty. So don't think I won't be suing you for that too. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Suing me? Hello? Have you listened to a single word I've said? Don't you get it? My dad is the head of the mafia. Your father and mine have a long history together. They're close, Winston. Maybe a little too close for comfort, especially considering your little outburst. If I were you, I'd be more worried about yourself and your future CEO dreams than about getting me fired.
Oh yeah? What's your dad gonna do, huh? He's just some fancy businessman. He can't touch me. My dad's the one in charge around here.
Your father knows about what happened between the two of us. He wasn't exactly thrilled with the news. Let's just say that.
So what? Father's on my side. He'll protect me. He wouldn't dare throw me under the bus for some office fling gone wrong. Besides, business is business, right?
I wouldn't bet on that, Winston. Business might be business, but family is family. And trust me, my dad takes family loyalty very seriously. Especially when it comes to someone he's done a big favor for.
Oh yeah? Why is that?
My dad's infuriated by what you did to me. A trip to the emergency room for a simple rejection? Not exactly the gentlemanly behavior your father expects from his golden boy. I've never seen him so angry. He was fuming, pacing back and forth in his study, muttering about disrespectful brats and unfulfilled obligations.
And? I don't really care if your dad's mad or not. He doesn't have any power over me.
He told your father, and apparently he was angry too. He couldn't believe it. You assaulted the daughter of someone he had close ties with for years. Not to mention, your reasoning behind that was that I rejected your marriage proposal. You also deluded yourself into thinking the two of us were dating. I'm pretty sure any parent would feel ashamed if their child acted like that, especially the CEO of a major corporation. The scandal alone would be a nightmare for your father's reputation.
Is that what they told him? Liar! You're the one who tricked me into thinking you liked me. It's all your fault.
I figured you'd say that. So I made sure to bring your father evidence. Our chat messages explain everything. It perfectly shows what was going on between us, Winston. Every good morning from you, every ignored text from me. And don't even think about deleting your messages, Winston. It's too late for that. I already took screenshots and saved them in a separate file, cloud stored and encrypted. You can't wriggle out of this one.
Oh yeah? Then tell me, why should I be worried, huh? My dad's the CEO, the most powerful man in the city. A little dust up in an office, nobody won't faze him.
You're delusional, Winston. Being CEO doesn't mean you can get away with everything, especially when it comes to messing with the wrong people. Your father knows about what happened between the two of us. He wasn't exactly thrilled with the news, let's just say that. More like furious. I've never seen a man turn so red in my life.
So what?
I don't know. Maybe because you assaulted me? How on earth did you get through life by being this dense? It's actually astonishing. Not only did you put someone in the hospital, that someone happened to be the daughter of someone very close to your father. You're in for a very rude awakening. One of our fathers is definitely going to knock the rocks out of your head very soon.
Why, Mira? Why do you have to mess up with my life like that? This isn't fair.
Oh gee, this is actually insane. What reality are you living in? Besides, I'll have you know my fiancé is a very competent lawyer.
Your fiancé is a lawyer? That doesn't matter. I have all the money in the world. There's nothing I can solve with a little cash.
No, your dad has all the money in the world. The only money you have is what he gives to you. I wouldn't count on it if I were you. You're going to get disowned, remember?
Damn it. That's not true. I'm a freaking son.
Son or not, your actions were inexcusable. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. Oh yeah, just a friendly reminder. I was physically assaulted and mentally traumatized too. So I'll be seeking compensation from you. See you at court.
Court? As if there's no way. If anything, we're going to court because I'm suing you.
Sure, go right ahead if you think you can. From now on, we can speak through our lawyers.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
I think it'll be about several $100,000. So prepare yourself. It's nice of you to learn your lesson. You should never mess with my dad and my fiancé. Oh, and don't even think about running away. The mafia is willing to chase you to the ends of the earth. Winston asked for help from his dad, the CEO of the company, but the CEO is furious. He disowned him on the spot as expected. Apparently, Winston was later kicked out of the house as well. Winston felt that he was in danger despite Mira's warnings. He tried to run away, but a mobster working for Mira's father managed to hunt him down just as he was about to leave the state. He got sent away to a foreign country, where he is forced to work at some kind of coal mine. No one has ever heard from him since. Pretty brutal ending, but he got what he deserved. On the other hand, after the creepy stalker dude was out of the picture, Mira fully recovered from her injury and was able to get back to work. She happily got married to her fiancé. They had a beautiful wedding. Winston's mistake was that he mistook his father's authority for his own. After he got disowned, he was forced to face the reality that he was a nobody without his father. So how did you like it? It's pretty surprising that someone could be so delusional. I really don't want to become someone like that.